Listener discretion is advised.
It's time for another Steel Revolution podcast. Please keep in mind that the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individuals, and they do not reflect any official view of the United Steelworkers, USW Local 105, or its officers or sub-board members for officers. Now, from the banks of the mighty Mississippi River, this is Steel Revolution.
Hello, podcast listeners. Welcome to Steel Revolution 119.
119. Niner.
For May 12th. It's a special day. I'm Roy Hutt.
I'm Mike Nicholas.
Sean Geisens.
Lee Schaefer.
Hey, isn't this the Mother's Day edition? And didn't we have a pretty good one of those a few years ago?
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, that was yours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You made some people mad at the plant?
Is this the remix or?
It could be.
All right. Let's dive right into it. The company has canceled the COVID policy. And the question is, what does that mean to our tens of listeners?
Pandemic's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's being treated as like the cold or the flu. You could... What? Why are you shaking your head?
Just go.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Just go. I didn't know it was called the cold, but okay.
Just like a cold or
Thank you.
the flu. Thanks, Mike. You think you get edited?
I don't even listen to them. That's your fault for listening.
So, if you end up getting COVID, it's your choice. You got to figure out whether or not you want to go to the doctor, whether or not you just want to come in, whether or not you want to wear a mask, work around your coworkers. But the bottom line is, if you can't get your absences covered with FMLA or short-term disability, which you need to be out 3 days or 8, you're not going to get your attendance covered.
But what if my doctor tells me I can't come to work for 5 days and I have a positive test? Am I still excused?
No.
Okay.
Nope, you're not excused, and it's going to be your decision on whether or not you make medical or the company know about that. They will not override your doctor, so if you tell the company that's your choice and they're going to act appropriately. If you're feeling sick at work and they can't really tell whether or not you're unfit for duty, or they won't make that decision, and even if, then you go out and you're not going to get the day excused. But if they do think you're bad enough, maybe your breathing's bad enough and you do have COVID, they might tell you that you're unfit for duty. That's going to cover that day alone. And if you go to a doctor and he puts you out for 4 or more, again, they're not going to cover them days. So
Yeah, until it hits 8, right? And
Right.
then you call off and use your short-term disability.
Right.
or you have to be out 3 and
Use FMLA.
hopefully you qualify for FMLA.
Correct.
But you are taking a risk either way. Does it make sense to you, Sean?
Kinda.
What's confusing?
No, just you two. You confuse me. But no, I understand.
Okay. All right. We had some issues with holiday pay. I don't know if there's still issues or not, but Mike, you want to talk about that?
So just to be safe, number one, look at your paychecks.
Hold on.
Jeez.
Lee needs to get a cookie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lee.
You hungry?
So
Sorry you couldn't wait the 15 minutes it's going to take to possibly tape this before you
he
can have
might
your
need 1 or
snack.
2 more
Yeah.
in that time.
Let's proceed. Keep it professional.
Is that your first cookie since contract?
It's his first cookie since 1:30. Okay.
I
So-
apologize for Lee's interruption, Mike.
Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. So, number one, check your paychecks. Look at them. If you can't understand them, Talk to your committee person. Call the hall. Number two, if there's a holiday week and you're on any kind of vacation or using an ETO during the week, that counts as time worked. You will get the holiday pay. If you don't see it on your check, we need to know, because you should be getting it as long as you have at least 2 hours worked, a day at a time, floating holiday, ETOs in that week. So again, if you don't see it on your paycheck, we need to know. You can call down here. We need to see a copy of it.
Thanks, Mike. Are you ready, or
I'm ready.
you sure you need to take a couple more bites?
Do you need a glass of milk, Lee?
Let me wash that down.
Yeah, I mean, somebody that always says, keep it professional, and look at what we're dealing with.
I know.
It's almost like it's his first time.
I know. Go ahead.
Last podcast, we let everybody know that the outside consulting company that was in Ingot and Rolling was going to be sticking around for around 10 months, helping out the coaches. So, wanted to ask Lee, what are you hearing? Well, and you too, Mike, since you got Rolling, you guys hearing anything about them?
I have not heard one negative thing, I guess I'll say, I haven't really heard much about it at all, just that they have been around, but I guess hopefully that's a good sign that they are going through coaches on everything if something needs to be handled. But again, if there's any issues, please be respectful, and make sure you contact your union rep so we can try to fix any issues that are out there with them.
Yeah, the first week or so it was bad. I mean, but since then you see one here or there walking around. I haven't heard much as far as Rolling department.
All right, on May 22nd, we will be welcoming in another group of new hires. Should be somewhere north of 20 new hires. We don't have a final number yet, but we will be welcoming a class of new hires and new union members, hopefully to the union that week. Business meetings for May are May 16th. A reminder, we do have the 11:20 p.m. meeting back. Third level grievances are scheduled for May 24th and 25th. So if you had one that wasn't heard last time, we're trying to get caught up. The numbers that the company wants to cap, unfortunately, does not keep up with the amount of grievances filed. So we'll see how that goes. Again, we do have 3 wage grievances.
Yeah, that's called central committee. So for our wage system, that's the same as like a third level grievance, basically. So we have 3. We're hoping there's one we can get settled, but
Go ahead, Lee.
company keeps dragging their feet on it. I guess is the best way to put it. Try to be nice there, but it is what it is. To me, it's one that's pretty easy. We should be able to settle, but I don't know. Hopefully, we can get it settled before we hear these. So once we hear them, and don't forget, we were able to get arbitrators. So if we can't get something settled with these central committees, then we'll have to decide what we're taking to arbitration. And we need to use arbitration to try to keep the company in line to get a lot of these issues moving. We all know it's a slow, painful process, an old system, and we need to kind of hold the company's feet to the fire by arbitration if necessary to get things going. So more to come on that.
Yeah, to go along with that, we are looking at ARB dates to get some ARB cases handled. We got quite a few terminations that should be at ARB. FMLA, a reminder that the company is asking for second opinions, possibly employee wanting a third opinion, and they're also asking employees to recert if they're going over their frequency. So be on the lookout for that. If you have FMLA and go over what your doctor puts down as your estimated frequency, they may ask you to recert.
And just know, we used to see a couple a year. Now we're seeing at least a couple a month. So make sure that you're looking at your cert and using the frequency. And if you have to go over, they will probably recert you.
Yeah, just that's part of the law. It's part of the law to try to make sure there's not abuse, and it's quite frankly it's the easiest and least costly thing that the company can do to make sure employees are not abusing it. So they will use it a lot. A reminder, if you're out on short-term disability for any reason and you need to return to work, you need a return to work note, and you need to go through medical. This does include if you go and backdate a claim for something maybe you didn't realize qualified for short-term disability or even already back at work. You will probably need a return to work note, and it's better to get that ahead of time. Also a reminder to check your rates. Sometimes people have been quoted an old rate for their short-term disability and not the new rate. And it's always a best practice too to call off short-term disability first before applying for FMLA, because if you do go out and you're qualified for short-term disability, they may have already taken your vacation if you applied for FMLA. Another best practice, make sure you're having your attendance records ran after returning from absences.
I would say just in general, run them once a month, even if you're not gone. I just had 2 the other day that haven't missed a day, but somehow got 2 absences in there. So just run them occasionally, once a month or whatever.
Still putting pressure on the company to get us access, get everyone access to their attendance. So still working on it. It's something we got at local issues, and they're seeing how to do it within a reasonable cost. So
Well, it's going on a year, and thought we were going to have something, so
Yeah.
we probably need to file a grievance or a board charge on that.
yep.
Reminder: there is in the last couple forerunners there were articles about employee discounts. I will say if you use that benefits hub, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
They can easily find you discounts for like home insurance, auto insurance, and it's a lot easier to go through them and have them do the work than you doing it or trying to look at multiple websites. So I would use them.
So we do have a wage increase coming on Monday. So remember, your paycheck that will come on Friday the 26th should have that wage increase on it. Again, look at your paychecks, make sure it's on there. I'm being told it should automatically be loaded by a light. I don't trust a damn thing they say. So look at your paychecks.
Another thing that came to mind that wasn't on the agenda, Mike, since you mentioned the light, was issues with setting up direct deposit. I recently tried to add an account and had all sorts of issues. Mike had an issue. I just tried to just add one account and go to 3 from 2. It was impossible on the website to get done. Gotta realize that was on an actual website on a computer, not on my phone. And I couldn't do it. I had to call them. I had to give some lady that might not be in this country my routing number and my account number, and not really happy about that I should have been able to do it online and get it done and not have to talk to somebody from what seemed to be out of the country, or even just somebody in general, and giving them my information. So I don't think that's acceptable. Send another email off, because this was supposed to be fixed when we had our meeting with Alight in February. It was brought up.
Yep.
Still having issues. 3 months later, it should have been corrected by now. So we will continue to push that issue. Parking lot improvements. We did sit down with the excavating company that's going to be doing the work around the hall to improve the grading and the stormwater runoff at the hall, so we don't get water in the hall anymore. They spoke to us again. They need to go back to the engineers, and hopefully within a few weeks we should get an actual final price soon.
And hopefully they'll be starting shortly after June 1st. So be watching for that.
Again, a lot of work, but we need to take care of our house down here.
Yep.
Reminder, something to look for: the Women of Steel will be hosting a donation collection to help support QC Paws. Donation baskets will be at all Arconic gates from May 15th to June 12th. Items that are in need: dish soap, distilled water, KMR kitten milk replacement, nursing bottles, newspapers, leashes, cat and dog food, wet or dry, cat and dog treats, cat litter, liquid detergent, dryer sheets, bleach, and Pine Sol or something similar.
Thanks, Roy.
I didn't. To be honest, I saw you reading that. I'm like, what is KMR? And I'm like, oh, that's kitten milk replacement.
Yeah, I instantly knew that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize it till you said something. I just thought of the movie The Fockers. That's all I thought of. I don't know about you.
I was thinking something similar, so we'll just leave it there.
Reminder.
Jinxie.
Our office manager. Thanks, Sean. Our office manager hours. So Dan is down here from 2:30 or from 6:30 to 2:30 Monday through Friday. And one other thing I didn't have on here, a reminder that if you have prescriptions that is a maintenance prescription, if you haven't yet been made aware, you need to change and get 30-day supplies either by mail order or from CVS if you want to continue to fill them with our prescription drug insurance. And that changed in January. Then what they did was gave a couple extensions,
Yep.
and then now it's usually hitting everybody. And I know I got something in the mail informing me about it, or it was coming up.
And we're seeing a lot more people, like Roy said, it started in January, but you were able to get a couple of refills, so now's about the time where it's really hitting people. Just be aware that if one of your drugs is a brand formulary, which we can help you with, you may have been paying a little bit less, but it will be $120 for a 90-day supply. So if you're having issues and have questions, call down here and talk to one of us. We can let you know if it's on that list. So.
All right. What I forget? Anything?
I don't think so.
The only thing I'd like to say is, sounds like Kim Reynolds is going to sign that child labor law into law. So we were able to pressure him to take some of the more dangerous jobs off that, but all in all, it's still just sad that.
So, like, are we talking meat packing plants, stuff like
Yeah,
that? They are taking
from
off?
what I read, yeah, they're taking those off, but they can still do some light assembly work. But they're still extending the hours they can work.
Which is
and,
crazy.
I think I read something where 17 and 18-year-olds, I might have that wrong. It's either 16 or 17-year-olds, but they can actually serve alcohol as long as food is being served. So I don't know how that eliminates possible harassment
Yeah.
of teenagers.
It's just bad all the way around.
Yeah, there's just no need for it. But yeah, unfortunately, that's the state we live in.
Did Lee, did anything change about the liability if they get hurt on the job?
They will have coverage.
Have comp?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, me and you talked, Lee, and unfortunately that's a win. In the state we're in,
Yeah.
you stand up and you fight and you hope it's a little bit better than the crap that was rolled out, and if it is, then that's a win, and that's where we're at. And if you didn't do anything, it'd be the same crap bill. So unfortunately, that's where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunately it's gonna even though they took away some of the the more dangerous things, there's still some dangerous things in this bill. So there's gonna be jobs that kids are gonna be doing that are dangerous, and I mean, sadly, they're gonna get hurt. I mean, it's just a matter of time when kids get hurt
And working later, so we're talking like 11, midnight.
Yep.
And you guys in Iowa don't have like the graduated license, right? Where they can only work because like in Illinois, we have a graduated license where like up until, I think it's 17, they can only work till certain hours. Then they got to be home right after that. So that kind of trumps that,
Yeah.
where you guys probably don't have that. So
Nope.
I think
Kim can just do what she wants to.
Yeah, I think depending on what license you got, there's times where you can drive.
Just
Of course,
drive.
It doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you can work or not.
Yeah,
but
but
it does. But
gotcha.
there is something for actual.
I just
being
didn't know
able
if
to
there was
drive.
something that you guys could fall back on as far as, hey, no, they can't because they can't drive, but sounds like that's not true. So.
Well, does that bring us to the end? Lee's writing down something. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on here.
Well, while he's writing something down, I'm just going to talk. We discussed it a little bit today. Joint safety. We continue to discuss it down here at the Union Hall. If the company's asking you to do something unsafe, stop. Don't just say, "Oh, I'll do it," so somebody else doesn't have to do it. Stop. And if they push the issue, stop harder. Get your committeeman involved. Call your bargaining rep. We need to know about this stuff because we're hearing about way too many things after the fact where somebody just did it and somebody could have gotten hurt pretty bad. So again, if they're asking you to do something unsafe, stop and get your union rep involved. We need to know about it. So now that Roy and Lee are done talking to each other, I'll let.
Lee brings up a good point. Wanted to reach out or make it known for especially for our guys that know or have ever met Charlie Wishman, the AFL-CIO president here in Iowa. Had sad news was it last week?
I think the end of the week. Yeah.
End of the week. Charlie's wife passed away unexpectedly. You know, she had some health issues a while ago, but it was sudden and unexpected.
Yeah, Kate is her name, and I know she was a big animal rights, and I know they said in lieu of flowers they'd like it to send it to.
We can put it in the forward.
Yeah,
or on the Facebook page. She was also a huge union rights activist. So.
Oh yeah. Sad. I know. I think today was the big.
Today was the funeral. Today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, thinking of Charlie, wishing their family the best in a difficult time.
Yep.
Hey, Sean,
Hello, Roy.
happy birthday, buddy.
Today's your birthday?
It is.
Happy
Man.
birthday, Sean.
Thank you, buddies.
Damn it! I would have got a cake or something.
Or
Here's
donuts.
We bought you cookies.
I
We
bet
bought you cookies today,
No,
Sean.
he already ate one during the
You want a
podcast.
cookie, buddy?
No, your fingers are on it right now. Thank you.
Okay.
I take a hard pass.
He might have got you some cake donuts.
Yeah.
I'll take
No.
one, Lee. Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Lee.
Yeah. Sean,
No, I already.
you sure, buddy?
I appreciate the gesture.
You already
Chris.
had one.
A couple.
Hey, if you're
Is this picture time?
done
No, it's
bothering Sean,
I was wishing him happy birthday.
this is his part of the show.
Yeah.
Besides,
This is where he gets to shine.
Besides making it happen, this is where he talks.
Sean,
besides,
I'm sorry.
Besides his
I have
funny,
one more thing when we're done.
besides his funny puns.
How's that cookie?
Good.
Gee,
You hungry?
No one else wanted it because I had my fingers all over it.
well, I
get-
don't
you
want
get
what's
to-
in the trash can, but are you going to eat that too?
You get to eat as many as you want when you only have one a year.
He's had 6 today since we started.
Not. That's a lie.
Each day counts as one cookie occurrence, Mike.
Okay. Sorry.
And you wonder why. You just wonder why.
Keep it professional.
Yeah. I will.
Sean, we're sorry. I'm sorry for Lee
So am I.
and about him.
He's all right though.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Enjoy your cookie.
I am trying to.
You mean his dozen?
Where can people find us, Sean?
Apparently at the bakery. Thank you, Mike.
That was really funny, huh? Any other time you won't laugh at anything he says.
It's about you.
Well, they can find us on our Facebook page at Steel Revolution Podcast, USW Local 105, Apple Podcast app for your different iPhones and Apple devices, Podcast Addict for Android devices, the Android app, Google Play Music, the iHeartRadio app, Spotify app, YouTube channel, the Odyssey app, Libsyn.com, the Locals website, and the men's restroom here at Local 105 in Bettendorf, Iowa, right next to the bakery here.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome. Okay, we don't have a bakery, but you would think we would. You got like crumbs all over yourself. Pull yourself together, Lee. Holy smokes. There you go.
I think we need to end on a good note.
Oh, yeah. I'm nervous to hear this.
So, it's Mother's Day weekend.
Oh,
Well, here we go.
So, I would just like to wish everyone out there happy Mother's Day.
Everyone?
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 This year it is everyone. So those crybabies, now hopefully they listen to it and they hear me say everyone.
Most of them people aren't even around anymore.
Yeah, there's one still, but and that's all I will say.
All right. Well, thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
That was very heartfelt and
I know.
appreciated.
You felt it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, from all of us at the podcast, including Cookie Monster, have a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I was trying to find audio. I couldn't do it quick enough.
Yeah.
Sean might add something. Should just get a big blue shirt that says "I love cookies." Give it to Lee.
Now it's cookies, huh?
Yeah.
You made it that way.
Yeah, you did this. Remember,
Why? Because I had a cookie?
a cookie?
We're always having a cookie.
He's having a cookie.
Yeah.
Hey.
A cookie.
Hey, C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Wow, this went downhill fast.
What do you mean downhill? We were at the bottom to begin with.
Are you saying it's crumbling?
Man, I mean,
There it is. There it is.
you are Sean's biggest fan right now.
Today?
Yeah.
Today?
Thank you.
Man.
You're welcome, Sean.
Thanks, buddy.
Waited all day. Here's my
Right.
favorite.
Welcome back, Princess.
I don't know you can use his audio anymore.
Why?
Why?
He's no longer an employee here, so
Whoa, hey, me?
no. His,
Oh, I was supposed to
Sean
say.
took a personal.
Greaves audio. Do we have to pay him for it now?
What? Royalties?
Is that like using a song? Do we now have to pay Grieve for it since we're not paying him to work?
Well, that's only if he listens.
Yeah, so we'll see if he actually
we'll
listens.
see.
This will be a good.
Yeah.
This will be a good test.
He'll pay us.
We'll see if he come.
Yeah, I can see him opening up his wallet to pay us.
Look, all he's got to do is give it to Brandon, and Brandon can give it to
Yeah,
us.
that'll happen
Yeah.
too.
That's what the wallet
my
sounds
God.
like. That's what his wallet
That's
sounds
a
like.
good sound. That's a good sound. All right,
All right. Well, until next time.
there's the wallet closing again.
Don't forget to say something good about your union.
Every day.
Steel Revolution is a podcast by USW Local 105, Bettendorf, Iowa.